All right, everybody. So one of the subscribers asked I do a interior and exterior of my truck. So that's what I'm going to do here real quick. Sorry I didn't get a chance to clean it, but sometimes on the road here you just don't get a chance. You just got to keep rolling. But in any case, I thought I'd do this quick video. So this is pretty much the front of the cab, and what I'll do is I'll go through some of the settings here. Like we have, I don't know how much you can see this. Let me see here. I guess you guys can see this. So you got your oil gauge, your fuel gauge, and def. So basically you have your white line is your fuel and your blue line is your def gauge. Def is your particles that filter through the exhaust system to keep it clean, keep the pollution down. Then you have your tachometer. You got your two air gauges, so you have your both your service lines, emergency line, service line for your air. So you got a blue line and a red line. So here the white line is your emergency, and then your standard airline is your blue. It's hard to see there, but there's two needles. Then you got your water. Then you have your miles per hour or kilometers, wherever you want to go by. Then on the dash here, you have your trip mileage. I hope you guys can see this, but you have your trip miles. Basically, when you're running, it'll fluctuate all the time. It'll show you what you're getting at the moment, miles per gallon. Then you have your temperature, of course. You got your volts. I just have the key on now, so that's why it says 12.6. It's usually 14.4. You got your mileage. If you scroll down on that, you got your trip. So I do usually reset this, but I didn't reset this, I think the last, I want to say 2 trips, because it's got 12,484. I usually do, every time I go out in about 2 weeks period of time, I usually do about 6,000 miles or more. So, and it tells you your average miles per gallon. It tells you, I believe that's your average miles per hour in your trip. So that accident really brought me back. But out of 12,000 miles, that's a lot of, that's really low. I don't know what that is. I don't know why it's like that, but you can reset it. I'm not going to reset it now because I'm not using it this trip. But, and you got 2 of them, so you can keep trip, the leg, the trip, and then you can reset this one, or so it's like A or B. Then you go back up here, you got your speed. Okay, this is nice because driving assistance, what that does basically is when I'm coming up on somebody, I can click on this. It's right back here. You use your knobs back here, up and down, and what you do there basically is that'll show me in front of me how close the person is in front of me. So it'll give me seconds, miles per hour. That's what I like, 'cause it tells me how fast they're going. So no, if they're only doing like 60 miles an hour and I'm doing 65, then I'll scoot over in the left lane to get around them. Okay, so that's just a toggle switch between miles per hour and driving assistant. Tell me how slow the car in front of me is going. Go over here, got some gauges, got your water temperature right there. This is, if I remember correctly, that has to do with your axles right there, your inner axle and your drive axle. So it gives temperature of the fluid and so forth in the axle. This is for your soot level. So if I was running the truck right now, I'll probably go into regen. Regen basically clears out the def filter. That would go down to about here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but down to about here. So it's getting pretty high because the truck was idling for a while in that accident. So when I start the truck up later, I'm not going to run it right now for the video, but when it runs for a while, it'll pick it up, it'll go through a regen cycle, it'll clean all that out, and that'll go back down. This here tells me if I'm engaged with my inner axle or anything like that. It'll tell me if there's my inner axle is engaged or so forth there. This here I can adjust. Let's go back to that. If I click on the OK button over here, I can do an idle adjust. So if I want to bump the idle up in the truck, I can just hit that, and then I can use my toggle keys up and down. I think the highest I can put it is 900 RPMs. It runs idle at 600, but I can bump it to 900. Optimize idle, basically, in this truck we don't have it set up for a true optimize idle, which would mean it would kind of keep the air conditioning running and so forth, but we have it that it'll run if the batteries get low. So when the batteries right now, I believe it was like 12.6, when they get down to 12.3, it'll turn the engine on, and then it'll run for about a good half hour, and then I'll have AC in the back. It'll just recharge the batteries. So that's how our optimize idle works. Okay. Let's see, let's back out of that. Let's go over here. This just says like a diagnostic. You can look at different things. It'll tell you if there's a code for something. We don't really mess with that or look at that. Let's see what else this has. Total engine maintenance hours. I don't think they reset that. Nothing's active. That'll pop. Oh, actually it does say one active. What is? Oh, it's probably because the engine idle is shut down by itself. Okay. This is your music. So basically you have your let's see, that's your radio. This has auxiliary for the back if I want to hook my TV set up to it. But what I do is I have my, and it just kicked on, I use my tablet here, and that'll play through the whole system here. And then I also have XM Sirius radio that plays through the speakers. That would be through the BT music section, so you can use that for wireless communication or wireless audio through the truck. So that's what that is. I'll put it back to here. Stop that again. Alright, so that's that. Then over here you can set your dash brightness. You can, the mornings I like to have it down. Daytime I put it all the way up. So that's what that is there. And then you have your lighting. Lighting basically is for your interior lights, okay, to set the time, how long you want them to run. If you don't want them to turn on when you open the door, that's what that is there. Units, basically miles per hour, distance, temperature, Fahrenheit, just that kind of stuff, following distance. Time, I change this often, going between different time zones, so I can change that when I go into Central Standard Time, Mountain, Pacific. Right now I'm in Eastern Standard Time in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then, let's see, I think that's all we got there. Oh, language. Custom gauges, I don't mess with that. That'll kind of change the cluster a little bit on digital point, but I don't mess with that. So that's pretty much that there. Then of course I have my GPS that I use. You see me probably use that a lot. That's what I use for my navigation. Then we have on here on the steering wheel, you have your radio buttons for volume over here on the left. Over here, if somebody wants to come back over in my lane and I have my headlights on, I just click this. And what that does, it toggles my headlights to let him know to come over. This button here does the opposite with my reverse lights, or I'm sorry, my brake lights. So if somebody's letting me back over, I just toggle that, and that'll thank them for letting me back over into the right lane from the left lane. Cruise control, set, resume, just standard. That's what that is there. Then we have our Zonar, which I don't know how much you can really see this. This is our tablet, which is going to be changed out to a new style tablet, but this is what my clock is here, and I can do another video on this, how this all works, but it gives me my drive time hours today, my 14-hour clock, my 70-hour clock, what my status is right now, tells me the day, what I've been doing in my entire day. So I'll go back to I'll do another video on this. If you guys want to see this, just write in the comments you'd like to see a video for the Zonar, and I can go through all that with you guys. Okay. Keep my phone right here, keep my tablet going right here. Then you have your standard radio, comes in a Freightliner. This yellow tag, we use that for when we do our pre-trip inspection. We have to scan a Zonar, I don't know what you call it, a yellow tag, to get it going, so we do that. Got your standard AC, you got your sleeper control here too, so I can control the temperature in the sleeper. You have all your sleeper dome light, your ambient light. That's kind of cool. I use that a lot. The ambient light basically is your light just above here. You can probably see it up there. Basically it has it's just light. Basically it's just a nice dim light. Okay, then you got your dome light here. Probably turn these on and off, you can see them. So that's your dome light. This is your ambient light. Sleeper, let's turn them all off here for a second. So this is what I use a lot, the ambient light. Just kind of gives a nice dim light. Okay. All right. Excuse me, I'll put this back on again. So when I walk around the cabin, if I have to lock my, because only one axle is being used when you're driving. So if I've been stuck a couple times, snow and sand and mud and stuff, you gotta lock in the second axle, so I use that. At times you have your kingpin release, so a lot of guys use by hand outside. They pull the kingpin release. I like using the inside one. So basically you just hold this in until you hear it unlock from outside. This is your I'm sorry, geez, I can't even talk tonight. Your air slide for your fifth wheel. So if I need to slide my fifth wheel, which is very, very rare, that's in here too, to unlock your fifth wheel pins to move your fifth wheel. You get your trailer air supply, your parking brake. So trailer air supply is to your trailer, and then we don't use that because everything is held by your tractor brake here. The reason I don't like using the trailer, the only time I use this is if I'm disconnecting, because you got to pull this when you're disconnecting or moving your tandems. The reason I don't like to use this is because in the wintertime, if you have this set, your trailer brakes can freeze. So it's just always best just to pull your tractor brake and just leave this pressed in. And all I do is I just basically put my fingers on here and hold my thumb there, and then I pull out so it holds that in. Because if you pull this out, it pulls this one automatically. So you just kind of hold your thumb there. Okay. Coffee cup. Just my stuff. I keep a flashlight. I keep a chargeable flashlight, so I can recharge this at any time. I can just charge it by this port right here, so I don't have to buy batteries for it. It's got a flasher to it. That's kind of nice for if I need to walk outside on a road or something like that, then I can put that on. Let's see here. So talked about the phone. Look at that. Up here, just some storage. Okay, so we got some storage. Keep some crackers up here, my glasses and stuff like that. So just a nice storage cabinet. Pre-pass we got up here. That pre-pass I can go anywhere in the country on any. I think there's a couple highways it doesn't work, but it basically is my pass for all the tolls. It's my pre-pass that tells me with the weigh stations if I got to pull in or not. It'll turn green if I can bypass the weigh station. It'll turn red if I got to go in. Okay. Camera is there for anything. So if I run a stop sign, if I'm speeding, accident, that'll come on and tape what occurred. Okay. And we do get a safety bonus for that, so I try to do the best I can. You have your door lock, of course, your windows, all power windows. Then you have your mirror, heater mirror. So when we click that on like that, that heats up the mirror, and that'll take all snow, rain, stuff like that off, fog, anything like that. My mirrors fog up, and it's pretty quick too. So you got your automatic mirrors right there, got your headlights down there. It's got tilt wheel. Let's see what else we got here. I got all my wire stuff here, batteries for the GoPro. But I keep it's nice to have one of these because you can put in many different things. I have so much stuff going here, so many different USBs I got to plug in and so forth, navigation. So I have this junction box, I guess you call it. So I have that, so it's good to have. Up here we got, let me just back up here. So up here there's more room here for different things. I keep paper towels up here, keep my any kind of books up here for permits in the truck. Anything I need there is all kept there. So it's a nice deep pocket up here. So it's got a lot of things. Super warmers, hot hands. Okay. So just the whole thing up here is open like that, so you can just drop things behind it, and it's a deep well pocket, so nothing will pull out. Passenger side too has a compartment too. There's a lot of compartments in this truck. Let's see here, things fall out all the time, as you can see. This is where I keep all my cleaning stuff. Okay, so that's that. Over here I keep pots and pans and stuff like that. Okay. Then over here, things bounce around all the time, but this is where I keep all my coffee and coffee maker, different things like spoons, forks, knives, stuff like that. I don't use this shade. This is the rear shade. Somebody had a clip up there that held these on there. This is a it's not really a shade, it's a curtain for the back, so you can keep just the on both sides. I could pull these across here so I could just stay in the back. I like to use the ones that go around the front. So these here, they come out and they pull all around the front of the truck, so that way I have the whole compartment here open. Okay, so I don't have to be just stuck back here. Okay, so basically they just go right around, they velcro in the front there, and they're done. Okay, that way I can walk around the cabin here and everything. So that's what I do there. Just paperwork, keep it in here. Headset, this is a given. You got to have one of these on the road to use, because it's got to be hands-free on the road. Okay. Microwave, so I got this in here, so got that. Some storage, it's hard to put everything, so I got like bread up here, bagels, another headset. This is for like if I just want to watch, like I mean, in here I'm by myself, but I used to use this when I was with my trainer a long time ago. So I use this and use my tablets, that way he didn't hear what I was watching, so I use that. Keep hats. I keep a let's see, let me go back here. This is my charger for blower when I blow out the trailers and so forth. Keep the battery charged at all times. And then underneath in the bunk here, and also in the back there, I can open up out there to pull the blower out. Okay, we got my clothes, so that's a cabinet there for clothes. You can hang clothes, you can you know, keep stuff piled up here, which I do mainly, because putting shirts in here is just kind of hard, because you got to put this stuff here, so you can't have all these shirts here. So I just kind of have some and then just keep everything folded and put it in here. Okay, shower bag back there. Let's see, under here I have, I don't know if you guys can see this, but got a toaster, got a George Foreman grill. I have a Hot Logic, which I don't use that often. I thought I'd use it more, but I have a Hot Logic. But I use the George Foreman grill a lot, and of course I use the toaster a lot for bagels in the morning and so forth. So I got that, and then let's close that. Here I use my laptop for, of course, the videos I do, and that's really what I use it for, because I use my tablet for a lot of the internet stuff. But this here I have to upload the videos and so forth, so I just use my Asus Gamers Republic, which I've had for years. I love the computer, so it's just nice to just use this. I have a refrigerator back here, so you know, got some things in it, ketchup, mustard, you know, stuff like that. Got chicken, eggs. It's not a big refrigerator, but it's enough. So what I do is I use this for a lot of the stuff like meats and so forth. If I have steak or pork chops or chicken, I just keep that in here. Keep it at about just the freezing mark. You kind of can, I don't know if you can see there or not, but it's right in the blue hatch there where it's supposed to be. Keep a lot of these. These are nice. You just put a couple eggs in there and microwave it for like, I think 45 seconds, and then you stir it up with everything in it. Another 50 seconds, you got a whole scrambled egg meal, so that works out pretty good. You got a little freezer here, so I got some sausage up in there. I don't know if you guys can see there or not, but a little freezer compartment. Okay, and then here, this is a cooler I bought too. Let me show you here real quick. I like this cooler because this way when I'm driving, I can just go in here and grab what I want. So sorry if it's a little messy here, but this is a freezer and a cooler. So the top part here can be used just for, you know, refrigerated stuff. I just kind of use it for temperature like 28 degrees. I don't know if you guys can see there or not, but just 28 degrees keeps everything just perfectly cold. So keep milk in there and stuff like that, water, Gatorade, your butter, stuff like that. So we got that. And then I have a TV back here, as you can see. I think it's a 22 or 24-inch TV, so I use that. It's got a window behind it. It does open. It's got every window's got a screen in the back here, but I rarely ever do that. It's always either nice enough the truck stays running with AC, or I just leave it shut. But I've opened it sometimes. Okay, so that's the bunk. So this here is where I sleep. Nice comfortable mattress, it really is. The Freightliner puts a nice mattress in it. Let me see, put a light on back here. I don't know if that's gonna be too bright or not for the camera, but all your controls are back here too for your lighting. So you got ambient lighting, your sleeper dome, your dome lights. I control the lights from back here. This here is controls for the AC or heater, whatever I want back here. Now this does have a bunk heater too. So up here is a bunk heater. So the truck can be off, and this runs off your diesel fuel. So if it's cold at nighttime, truck won't run above, I always forget if it's 20 degrees or 30 degrees. I think it's 20. I could be wrong. Maybe it's 30. But in any case, below that, the truck won't run. So the bunk heater runs by itself. It just runs off of the diesel fuel, and then it's right down here. It blows out upside down probably, but it'll blow out through here your heat. Okay. Freightliner is nice because they have a ladder. So they have a ladder, you can get to the top bunk. So it's kind of work like keep all my junk. Okay, my laundry bag, extra blankets, sleeping bag if I ever need it, my duffel bag. And this is our harness that if somebody was sleeping up here, let's say, then this would keep the person down without falling off the bunk. So what I do is I just keep this strapped down. This here is just like a, I use this sometimes down the bottom bunk if I'm just watching some TV, just lay on that. The windows up here, I am a smoker, so I keep them open because then the smoke will just continue to go out through the top here, so it doesn't just sit up in here. So I keep both windows open there. Okay, more storage up here on both sides. I just keep some snacks up here, probably stale by now. Probably I don't eat many snacks, but there's room for them. And then it's kind of where I keep all my food and stuff, so any canned food. So you got rice and all that kind of stuff, just again soups, stuff like that, crackers, chips, stuff like that I keep up on the top here. And I'm trying to think what else here. There's a drawer up here that's kind of broken, but basically what it is, I keep all my silverware and stuff, cutting boards, pizza cutter, whatever. I keep that all right in there. Okay, and let's see what else. I'm trying to think. Just stores up in there. I think that's about it. So basically this is from sitting from the back, this is how it looks back here, and then that's what the front looks like. And you got your back here, and that's really about it. I don't know how it looks to you guys right now outside, or I mean what it looks like to you guys viewing, if it looks big or small. It's a pretty good size for one person. I mean, you might say, okay, it looks kind of cramped. It is, but it isn't. It's enough for me. You're mostly in the driver's seat all day long anyways. So the only time you really is when you park, you get a shower, you get some dinner, I start watching some news in the tablet or TV show in the tablet, but then end up back here. I just go back here, I lay down, I set the TV to go off at a certain time, I set my alarm, I just fall asleep. So then start the day the next day. So when you have a trainer, you're both in here. Okay, so that can be a little tight, but again, somebody's always in this seat, the other person's either in that seat or in the bed. Okay, so it's one or the other. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the inverter. There's an inverter down there. I think it's an 1800 inverter. Basically that's what's running everything right now while the truck's off, running off battery power. But when I do run like coffee makers and stuff like that, that'll kick on as a reserve to use the power off of that. because that stays charged at all times, off the batteries and the alternator when the truck's running. Okay, I did forget to show you guys something here. So under here, I have a lot of stuff underneath here, but it's like the junk section. So I don't know how much you guys can see, but I keep like Gatorade, just a lot of extra stuff, cereals, water, and there's the blower. I don't know if you guys can see that, probably can't, but there's the blower I use to blow out the back of the trailer. So that compartment you can get to from the outside. There's a wall right here, but you can get to both compartments from the outside. Keep straps over here, keep some tools over there, extra water. You always want to keep extra water in case you get stuck in the snow on a highway or something like that. So that's that. So that just lifts right up, okay? And I guess that's about it. Can't think of anything else. Went over the dash, went over the beds, the area in the back. So again, sorry I didn't get a chance to clean everything up, but that's what happens when you're driving a truck. Sometimes you don't always get to do a full clean. But in any case, there's the video of my 2020 Freightliner Cascadia. Actually, we can just kind of go out here real quick and peek at the outside. So these are where the compartments are, like I was showing you guys from the outside. Well, actually from the inside, I was showing you that. You got your airlines. Took my trash out here, so I'm going to throw that out. So that's really about it. You got your trailer back here. Always looks like this one's open, but it's not. It's not a good fit. But that's it. 2020 Freightliner Cascadia. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'll answer any questions you have. I'm just doing a quick check back here. We backed all the way up almost to the fence here. See where we're at. I'm not going to walk back in this mud, but it really gets muddy back here. In any case, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to write in the comments, and I usually get back within a couple hours, or sometimes it could take 24 hours, but I'm usually pretty good at getting back to everybody right away. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I will talk to y'all soon. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.